It is so difficult to describe because that's the dream court.
What if the biggest winner of the grass court season wasn't the Wimbledon champion and wasn't even the world #1? What if a single fan vote revealed something far bigger than rankings, trophies, or prize money? 3 numbers shocked the tennis world. 89, 7, 0. Those numbers didn't just decide a WTA fan poll. They exposed a massive shift in women's tennis that nobody can ignore anymore. Alex Eala received an astonishing 89% of the votes. Wimbledon champion Linda Noskova managed just 7%. And world #1 Aryna Sabalenka, she received 0. Because she wasn't even nominated. That single result has tennis fans asking one question: has Alex Eala become the true face of women's tennis? Because what happened on July 17th wasn't just another social media poll. It may have been the moment the balance of power officially changed. To understand why, we have to go back just 12 days. On July 4th, Alex Eala walked onto centre court at Wimbledon carrying expectations, but very few people believed she could make history. Standing across the net was defending Wimbledon champion Iga Swiatek. Most expected another routine victory for the favourite. Instead, Eala delivered one of the biggest performances of her career. She survived a tense first-set tiebreak before completely taking control of the match, winning in straight sets and eliminating the defending champion from Wimbledon. The tennis world stopped. Fans who barely knew her name suddenly couldn't stop talking about her. The victory pushed her into the round of 16 and, days later, lifted her to a career-high world ranking of number 28. For many players, that would already be a dream tournament. But for Alex Eala, it was only the beginning. On July 17th, the WTA opened voting for its Star of the Grass Swing Fan Award. At first glance, it looked like another routine online poll. Then the results arrived. Alex Eala didn't simply win. She dominated. 89%. Not 50. Not 60. Nearly 90%. That number tells a story far bigger than popularity. It reveals a growing divide between what official rankings reward and what fans actually care about. Because let's be honest, Aryna Sabalenka has done almost everything possible in professional tennis. She entered 2026 as the reigning world #1. She has won multiple Grand Slam titles. She owns one of the most successful seasons in recent memory. She even broke Serena Williams' single-season prize money record. On paper, nobody should be more popular. Yet reality is telling a different story. This isn't the first time fans have voted differently from the experts. Just one season earlier, Sabalenka was named WTA Player of the Year by media voters. But when fans were asked to choose their favorite player, they selected Zheng Qinwen instead. That was the first warning sign. The July grass court vote became the second. Only this time, the message was impossible to ignore. Because Sabalenka wasn't beaten. She wasn't second. She wasn't third. She wasn't even part of the conversation. Why? The answer starts with Wimbledon. Sabalenka's tournament ended earlier than expected after a straight-set defeat to Naomi Osaka. The loss frustrated her. The centre court crowd reacted negatively. Afterward, her emotional comments about wanting to get drunk and forget about tennis dominated headlines. That moment became another chapter in a series of difficult public moments that have followed her over the past year and a half. Whether fair or unfair, fans remember emotions. Fans remember interviews. Fans remember behavior. And every headline shapes public perception. Meanwhile, Alex Eala was creating an entirely different story. She wasn't making headlines because of controversy. She was making headlines because of inspiration. Look closely at what she accomplished during the grass season. She won the Birmingham WTA 125 title. She reached the semifinals of Berlin. She defeated one of the biggest names in tennis at Wimbledon. She finished the swing with 10 victories against only 3 defeats. For someone still building experience on grass, those results were extraordinary. But here's where things become even more fascinating. Linda Noskova had just lifted the Wimbledon trophy. Normally, winning Wimbledon guarantees enormous public momentum. Instead, she received only around 7% of the fan vote. Another finalist, Karolina Muchova, received only a tiny fraction. How could that happen? Because this vote wasn't simply about one tournament. It reflected something much larger. connection, energy, excitement, momentum. Alex Eala has become more than a tennis player. She has become a movement. And nowhere is that movement stronger than in the Philippines. For years, Filipino fans believed Eala could become something special, long before international media noticed, long before she cracked the top 30, long before analysts learned how to pronounce her name correctly. Those fans kept supporting her. Every victory, every setback, every tournament. They stayed. Now the rest of the tennis world is finally seeing what they saw all along. The numbers explain why this movement has become impossible to ignore. The Philippines has roughly 117 million people. Millions more Filipinos live across the world. Together, they form one of the most active online communities anywhere. When they support someone, they show up, they vote, they share, they stream, they celebrate. That level of digital engagement is changing professional sports. The WTA understands it. Sponsors understand it. Broadcasters understand it. Because online attention has become one of the sport's most valuable currencies. Every vote represents more than popularity. It represents future audiences, future ticket sales, future sponsorships, future television ratings. And Alex Eala is generating all of them. Even respected voices inside tennis have started recognizing the shift. Former ATP professional Steve Johnson recently argued that Alex Eala has become a bigger attraction for women's tennis than even Coco Gauff or Aryna Sabalenka. Think about that statement. A player ranked outside the world's elite being described as one of the sport's biggest attractions. That's extraordinary. It also explains why companies are watching carefully. Nike is watching. Tournament organizers are watching. Television networks are watching. Every brand wants the next global superstar before everyone else discovers them. And Alex Eala is rapidly becoming that player. For decades, women's tennis has been driven largely by North America and Europe. Now something new is emerging. Asia is becoming one of the sport's fastest growing markets. And Alex Eala is standing right at the center of that transformation. The timing couldn't be more important. The North American hardcourt swing is about to begin. Cincinnati, then the US Open. Those tournaments represent enormous opportunities. Sabalenka enters them defending valuable ranking points. Eala arrives carrying unprecedented fan momentum. Imagine if they meet. The atmosphere would be electric. Ticket demand would explode. Television audiences would soar. Social media would go into overdrive. Not simply because of rankings, but because one player represents dominance, while the other represents possibility. That's a fascinating contrast. Of course, none of this changes one important fact. Alex Eala is still developing. She isn't finished. Her Wimbledon run ended in the round of 16 after a tough 3-set battle against Jasmine Parolini. She was disappointed, but she never treated that loss as the ending. Instead, she described it as the beginning, and her actions proved it. Rather than disappearing after Wimbledon, she returned home to Manila. She met hundreds of supporters during a BPI fan event. She smiled for photos, signed autographs, thanked the people who believed in her from the very beginning. Only days later, the WTA announced the fan vote. From Wimbledon disappointment, to a hero's welcome at home, to becoming the overwhelming fan favorite of the entire grass season. What an incredible 10-day journey. And maybe that's why this story resonates so deeply. Fans don't just support champions. They support people who make them feel part of something bigger. That's exactly what Alex Eala has created. So where does this leave Aryna Sabalenka? The answer is surprisingly simple. She can still be the world's best player. And Alex Eala can still be the world's most beloved player. Those two titles no longer have to belong to the same person. The rankings measure victories. The fans measure connection. Sometimes those two paths overlap. Sometimes they don't. On July 17th, the WTA's own fan vote made that distinction crystal clear. One player owns the rankings. Another owns the hearts of millions. Now the biggest question moves to the American hardcourt season. If Sabalenka wins Cincinnati, if she dominates the US Open, will that erase what happened in the fan vote? Or has women's tennis entered a completely new era where emotional connection matters just as much as trophies? That debate is only beginning. One thing, however, feels undeniable. Alex Eala is no longer simply one of tennis' brightest young prospects. She has become one of the sport's most powerful global stories. And if this incredible rise continues, the next chapter could be even bigger than the last. So what do you think? Has Alex Eala officially become the most loved player in women's tennis? Or will the rankings eventually tell a different story? Share your thoughts in the comments because this conversation is only getting started. And if you've believed in Alex Eala since her breakthrough in Miami, before the headlines, before the top 30, before the world finally noticed, subscribe now. Because every tournament, every milestone, and every unforgettable moment in Alex Eala's remarkable journey is just beginning, and you won't want to miss what happens next.